Hi, I'm Nancy Kiernan, your International Living Colombia correspondent. And today I'm going to talk to you about the culture and traditions in Colombia. So let's start out by saying that everything in Colombia revolves around family and friends. So I have this expression that you don't just meet a Colombian, you meet the aunts, the uncles, the cousins, the nieces, the nephews, the grandparents. Everybody gets in on the event. So that means that all of the events are for large numbers of people, and they celebrate everything. So they involve dancing and food and drinking, and everything is just a large event. Somebody could be having a small get-together on their front step, and the next thing you know, half the neighborhood is there and all joining in together. So during this time of COVID, that's a little bit difficult because we're not allowed to have large gatherings. So it's actually very culturally difficult for Colombians at this time because they do spend so much time in large groups together celebrating events. So let's start out with some of the food. Well, the food in Colombia is regional. So depending on where you are in the country, you're going to have sort of your specialties. In the capital of Bogota, they are known for their ajiaco. And ajiaco is, think a thin stew or a thick soup with chicken and rice and avocado and vegetables and potatoes. It's really very good. It's one of my favorite dishes. Here in Medellin, where I live, we're known for the Bandeja Paisa. Paisa is the word used to describe people from the region, and the word bandeja means like platter. So it's a enormous platter of food. I mean, it's huge. And it contains chicharrón, which is fried pork belly, ground beef, rice, beans, avocado, a fried egg, juice. It's pretty enormous. So that's what's known in this region. On the coast, pretty much anything related to seafood. So in Cartagena and in Santa Marta, you're going to have, the freshly caught shrimp, the freshly caught fish, which is served a variety of ways. They do make ceviche also. So on the coast, you're going to have fish. And that's really the staple of that area. I mean, you can actually go down to the beaches and you can buy the fish right off of the boats when they come in, when the fishermen come in with their catches. I mean, you can't get much fresher than that. So that's kind of how food is regionalized. Drinks are also regionalized. We have what's called aguardiente, which is the word for the local firewater. And each region has its own special brand of aguardiente. For me, the one that they serve here in Medellin is it has like an anise flavor to it. Do I like it? It's okay in small amounts. When family and friends come to visit, I will give them a shot and they'll try it. Some like it, some don't, but you have to at least try it when you come here. So what do they celebrate? Well, Colombia is a predominantly Catholic country, so a lot of the festivities are centered around the Catholic holidays. So let's start with Christmas. Christmas goes on for close to 6 weeks. Usually starts the night of November 30th. They will shoot off fireworks. Actually, Colombians will shoot off fireworks for any reason and for no reason. But they will shoot off fireworks on the night of November 30th to kick off the season, and it really goes until about mid-January. So that's about 6 weeks worth of Christmas celebrations. One of the big events is the night of December 7th, which is the night of the little candles. And you can go all around the country in the small pueblos or in the larger cities, and people take candles and they put them out on their balconies or on the sidewalk in front of their homes, and they light them to celebrate the night of the little candles. When you go to some areas, like there's a particular place in Envigado, which is just south of Medellin, where they put out some of the most spectacular displays of candles. They make these very ornate little bags to put them in, or plastic containers, and it's just really spectacular. I've been several years where I've gone out and taken a lot of photos on that. Actually, if you go to our Facebook page and you scroll through some of the photos, you'll be able to see some of the pictures of the Night of the Little Candles. So what else happens at Christmas time? Well, in Colombia, Christmas Eve is the big event. Christmas Day, everybody's sleeping off the event from the night before. Nothing much happens on the 25th. Everything is the 24th, Christmas Eve. So the celebrations go on all night long. My second year here, I was invited to some Colombians' homes to celebrate Christmas Eve with them, which I thought was wonderful because I got to experience it firsthand. And the interesting thing was I was invited to 3 different homes, and I had to go to 3 homes and I had to eat 3 meals because I didn't want to insult anybody or insult their hospitality. So I ate an awful lot that time. But that's when all of the family gathers and they have their big meal and they open presents and they sing and they dance and they eat, of course, they eat. The traditional foods, it's kind of what you'd expect, meat, rice, potatoes, and all that, but they do have some special things. They have, it's called natija, and natija is like a custard or a pudding type thing that is served during that time. It's made with arequipe, which is kind of like a butterscotchy flavor. That's really good. The other thing that is very popular is Buñuelos, and Buñuelos are, think a large donut hole. They're about this big, and they're made with some cheese in them, but they also have sort of a plain donut taste, and they're fried, and they're very, very good. Decorations at Christmas time. What we're used to in the United States is usually red, white, green, maybe a little silver or gold thrown in, but here in Colombia, they have all of that, but you also can get teal and fuchsia and bright orange and purple. Color is just special to them, so they decorate with all kinds of colors. And the other thing is Christmas lights. Now, you're probably used to seeing Christmas light displays where people hang lights from their balconies, and they're very pretty. Here, I believe there's a competition between the neighbors to who can have the flashiest light display on their balconies. We're talking, it's like Times Square on steroids. It is just flashing and blinking and waves of lights and all of that. And so it's really pretty spectacular to walk around the neighborhood and look up at the buildings and see everybody's light displays out in full force. So besides Christmas, what's another very popular time to celebrate is Holy Week, Easter Week. It's popular throughout the whole country, but in 2 particular cities, it's very, very prominent. In Buga, B-U-G-A, which is just outside of Cali, and Popayan, which is actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site known for its Holy Week celebrations. So here in Colombia, Holy Week is really the whole week. The Holy Thursday, Good Friday are legal holidays, so everything is closed Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday anyway. And most people take the whole week to spend time with their family and with their friends. So where do people go when you're getting all these people together? Many times Colombians will rent what's called a finca. And a finca directly translates to farm, but what it really means is it means a countryside vacation home. So people will either have their own that they go to, or they rent them, and they bring as many people as they can bring along. And I mean, you can have, 15, 20, 30 family members all gathering together during these times to spend time together, cook together, and celebrate and dance. Well, let's talk about dancing. So what are the popular dances here in Colombia? You have cumbia, which is predominantly on the coast. It's throughout the whole country, but it was sort of started on the coast, and it's a folk dance that has a lot of African influence to it. It's very rhythmic. They dress in very fancy costumes, and it's very well known on the coast. And then, of course, there's salsa. Salsa dancing is, I swear it was invented in Cali, and they have salsa competitions there. So those are sort of the two most popular dances that happen here in Colombia during festivities. So if you ever decide to come and visit, and you have the opportunity to be invited to a Colombian's home, doesn't have to even be for a special event. It could just be for a dinner or just to come over and sit and talk with them. You really should take advantage of that because the culture here is very family oriented. It's very much about food. They're constantly trying to put something in your mouth, whether it's an arepa or whether it's an empanada or whether it's one of the specialty foods. And they are always, they always want to know about you. They want to get involved with you. And so it's a great, great opportunity to get to know the wonderful people of Colombia. So that's just a little tidbit about some of the cultural and traditional things that happen here in Colombia. There's a lot more out on the Living website about Colombia. And if you have any questions, feel free to write a question in the comment section, and I'll be happy to answer it for you. Hasta luego.